All right, we're going to wrap up the show, obviously, very shortly. Talk about the whole day and look forward to our final grand final day. But let's check in with Purge for one last time.
Vodafone presents the pre-match. The Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Power Plays.
Hey guys, OG's laning was really interesting in that game. They got off to a really great start. We're 3 minutes in here when I'm starting with my clips, and they already have a 1k gold advantage. No kills on the board other than them getting first blood, but they're winning. And I think what they planned to do here with the Tidehunter was provide a great solution, a laning solution against Kunkka, and it worked out fantastic. The reason is because of Tide's 2 skills. His Kraken Shell here blocks up to 24 damage, including from creeps and cleave and right click from Abed, the Kunkka. And then with his Anchor Smash, he can basically harass his opponent and get last hits. And if he pushes his wave, he can walk back to his medium camp and he can clear that really easily. And then the cool part is that he transitions building towards Vlad. It's very typical for what Tidehunter builds, but once he gets the Mask of Death, what it provides him is a very easy way not only to sustain in the lane, but basically just offset any harass that Abed can do. And at this point in the game, we're looking at already a pretty significant last hit advantage. He's up by 7. He has slightly less denies, but his laning stage so far is really successful. So even when he does get harassed, what ends up happening is when he uses Anchor Smash in a full creep wave, he goes from about 570 health to about 700. So he's getting 130 HP every single time he uses Anchor Smash. This early Ring of Basilius he has gives him enough mana to make sure that he can just completely out-sustain against Abed. That lane is essentially won, not by a massive amount, but enough for it to matter on the board. And on the top lane, this lane was also really significant. They started off with that arrow there. It hits the range creep that gets him a huge amount of experience in the lane. And importantly, the way that Terrorblade here works is he uses his 3rd skill, Metamorphosis, to make sure that he has ranged capabilities for attacking, and so that he has more lane presence. He can get more last hits, essentially. Jarex uses a lot of fissures. They continue attacking. Very importantly there, Seb ended up pulling the creeps away from his range creep, so that's not deniable. And when the next creep wave came, Seb ends up going for another arrow on the range creep. And what this does is if we take a look at the lane as soon as that ends up happening, 2 range creeps completely full HP. The MP here playing Terrorblade is forced to get as many last hits as possible, and he is fairly successful, but they're able to hit level 2 here, do a ton of damage to him, and now his Metamorphosis is gone. So this is really important. He gets a bunch of these last hits under tower, but once the creep wave pushes past the tower, he doesn't have Metamorphosis anymore. He can't contest his last hits. He's in melee form, and now Jarex and Seb get to control the lane. Look how he has to play now. He's sitting back. He can't approach the creep wave. He can't get denies. He can't get last hits, because if he does, his HP gets lowered. So it's really important that they were able to do fissure stuns and harassment, and as a result, they won mid lane, they won top lane, and basically Fnatic was so desperate for last hits, they even did stuff like this. Kunkka boat just to get creep waves, and Topson still glyphed it. It was just utter lane domination by OG that game.
Good.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm
That's
mesmerized. I was still looking at. I just love it so much. I just want to. Can I keep Purge?
I love that top lane thing, right? Just like
Fantastic.
the power of TB is when he has that meta and such a long cooldown, he took advantage of it.
I've not seen a game like that where TB looks so dysfunctional and useless in a game for a long